So, yeah, Deacon, if you want to, go ahead, hop on right now. Here we go. They don't let them bruise in the dough. Them bruise in the dough right now. What's up, Deacon?
Man, first off, let me give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh. We do so by Hashem Mashiach Yahweh Shai, Deacon Sakari in the building, back on Alton Johnson's ass. So basically, I want to respond
Hold
to
on, language, man, language. You know what I'm saying? This is a family show.
my bad, my bad, my bad.
All right.
The word ass is in the Bible, though, right? Somebody said cursing. See?
But it's not. But it's not used. It's not used in the context that you do it because I don't have a donkey.
Okay,
So,
but
go ahead.
if somebody calls an ass donkey, this idiot right here is gonna say that's a curse word. So anyway, let's keep going. So basically, I want to respond to a couple things. The reason why I said that you have a low IQ and that you're the least biblically sophisticated is because what Bruce brought up. Bruce brought up Amos 1 and 11 and Deuteronomy 28 and 37. You specifically said that that's talking about Christians. Do you still hold to that? Amos 1 and 11?
No. Hold on. That's not what I was saying. I was not saying that what he brought up in Amos was specifically talking about Christians because he was trying to purport that persecution amongst God's people is not Christians and that it's actually Israelites. So that's why even when he came on and he was saying what he was saying, I was just like, we're anti-false teaching. So that's why he's just like, oh, well, you know, these Christians, they're going to try to fight against this and all of that. And I said, no, we fight against false teaching.
No, but
that's go ahead.
When he said, he literally quoted it, and you said that that's talking about Christians. Now, you can change it now and say that's not what you meant, but he literally quoted it. If you replay it, he said, Deuteronomy 28 and 37, we're the only ones called by proverbs and bywords, and it says that they will have a perpetual hatred towards us. That's Amos 1 and 11 is clearly talking about the Israelites. You said that that's talking about Christians. Now, if you would have went to Matthew 24 and 9, but he didn't quote that, then I could see your argument if you did that when it says that you will be hated through all nations for my name's sake. That would have been a better argument, although we still believe that that's talking about us. Do you get what I'm saying, though?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. And to be fair, I may have missed that part. So if I misspoke, then I misspoke on that. But like I said, go ahead.
Moving on to if Christians get persecuted. I'm not saying that Christians don't get persecuted. I'm saying that predicated on the verses that Bruce was speaking on that was specifically talking about us. Everybody get persecuted. You could even say that Hitler was persecuting Jewish people. I mean, I'm not saying that people don't suffer persecution. I'm saying predicated on the biblical verses that Bruce was pointing out that was talking about us. So this is not an argument on which group gets persecuted or which group doesn't. I understand many ethnics, and even you said that Christians were slightly ahead of Muslims. So that means there's millions of Muslims getting persecuted. So I'm not saying that a religious faith or a certain ethnic group won't get persecuted. It's just we in the Bible, especially what Bruce was quoting, is specifically to Israelites, whoever they may be for that matter. So that's what I was addressing. If it came off like I was saying nobody else get persecuted, that's not at all what I meant. But I will say this, according to history, archaeology, and prophecy, but mainly prophecy, only we are fitting those Deuteronomy 28 and 37s, the Proverbs and the bywords, Amos is 1 and 11, a certain nation having a perpetual hatred towards another nation that will last forever. Deuteronomy 28 and 46 is saying the curses will be on the Israelites forever. Of course, we're staking that claim. You said we don't fit the prophecy. So I'm gonna ask you, who are the Israelites today? Who are the bloodline Israelites today?
Now you compare apples to oranges. Now, first of all, I'm not here to try to debate who's a bloodline Israelite and who's not, because that's going to go into haplogroups and all of that, and I don't really get into all of those discussions. I'm here about the gospel, presenting the gospel. Now, let's back up a little bit, because my original argument was Christians are the most persecuted people group on the planet. You said that I was wrong, and I was a bootlicking cool Christian for saying that.
Okay, got you,
So
got you. Let me
go
address.
ahead.
Let me address that. How many Christians are there on the earth right now?
According to the numbers, I think it's like a billion Christians or something like that.
Come on, man. You said we had the lowest IQ. It's 2.2 billion Christians on the earth. So if they're how are they half of the world's population darn near, and they're still the most persecuted? That's a question to you. Y'all going on 3 billion Christians, and y'all the most persecuted on the earth.
Nah, but hold on, bro, because you said that Christians are not the most persecuted people on the planet. You said it's black people.
Yeah, no, not just black people, Israelites in general. That means so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So
Okay.
when we factor
Okay,
all
so
of
hold
those
on.
in, when we factor all of those in, Christian, show me which Christian group has had 100 million of them die. That's just the Negroes over here. And then let's not mention the Native Americans, 100 million die. I seen the article you posted. It said 5,600 murders. I'm talking about 100 million. We could say 200
That's
million.
in a, but that's in a year. You're talking about over a span of a couple of hundred years.
Go back as many years as you want. Show me a genocide of over 200 million people dying. Please show me that.
Are you talking about at one time, or are you talking about over a span of a couple of hundred years?
Cumulatively. Show me that.
You
And then
mean to tell me? Oh, go ahead.
yeah, show me that, and then I got five other hard questions I got for you right now. Show me that first though.
Well, first of all, you're trying to compare Christians from the first century up until what's going on currently, and you mean to tell me that 200 million, that you couldn't easily get 200 million Christians being killed and persecuted for the faith
You just
within
gotta
the
show me.
first 1,000 years? Huh?
For one, those Christians, the Israelites were called Christians first, so you can't just act like that. So when you say Christians, you mean just not necessarily non-Israelites. You mean just anyone who's claiming to be Christians.
I'm sorry, can you say that again? Repeat that?
So some Israelites were called Christians, right?
Yeah, but you said that an Israelite can't be a Christian, though. So,
I never said an Israelite can't be a Christian. An Israelite can't be a Christian in a modern day sense. I qualified and quantified that when I did the video. A true Christian are the Israelites who follow Christ. But a Christian today is just you believe white, blue-eyed, blonde-haired Jesus existed, and then you don't have to do nothing else, and you're saved after that. We don't believe that that's a true ancient Christian, not at all.
yeah, I don't believe that either.
So what does it take to be a
That's a smart
Christian?
man.
What does it
Huh?
take to be a Christian?
Basically, what Romans 10 and 9 says: anybody who believes on the word, on the name of Christ, shall be saved and will not be put to
Right
shame.
there. Okay, so let me take away the white, blue-eyed, blonde-haired Jesus. So if anybody just believes in Jesus, they're saved.
If it's within their heart, yes.
Okay, so you can believe on it's not a works-based salvation, right?
Uh, no, it's not. It's not based on. It's not based on your works. It's based on works of the Holy Spirit.
Okay, so it's not based on works, but what you're saying is that if I believe in my heart that Jesus Christ, what do I have to believe about him? That he existed, that he died, that he was buried, that he resurrected, that he's equal to the Father. What do I have to believe on him to be a Christian?
Come on, man. I feel like you're trying to divert, man. That's another conversation for
Yeah,
another time. I'm
you
trying to deal with what you said tonight.
I understand that, and I'm on that. I got, like I said, I got five other hard questions. You're already stumbling and filibustering over the first one. So you know what? Let's just stop. Let's just stop. Whatever. Let's keep it on proving that no people, not a religious group or not another ethnicity, has suffered more than who the Israelites are, according to history, archaeology, and prophecy. The Bible says, "What nation has been spoiled more than the Israelites? What nation has been spoiled more than the Israelites?" Can you answer that? That's Bible.
Now, here's the thing. Again, Deacon, you said, because the context of the conversation that we were having was that in modern times, right now, Christians are the most persecuted people on the planet, And the argument that Bruce and some of the other Hebrew Israelite dudes was saying was that no, it's not Christians, it's actually Israelites who are living abroad right now, who are scattered to the four corners of the earth.
Right. So
So
what
that's why
you're
I'm
doing is
go ahead.
you're comparing a religious group compared to a ethnic group. That's a false equivalent.
No, but that's what you did. You did that.
No, you did that. You're saying the brother Bruce said the Israelites are the most hated and they suffer and all nations hate them. You said no, actually it's Christians. The brother didn't say anything about a religious group. He said something about an ethnicity. You then did a straw man attack, as you said, and a false equivalent is saying it's a religious group that is suffering more than an ethnic group. We're not saying that people don't suffer persecution. We're saying that as an ethnic group, we are suffering and persecuted since the time of Moses until now, more than any other ethnic group. And I'll even add in more than any religious group. Do you understand clearly what I'm saying?
Okay. And this is why I'm asking you questions. Are you saying that people who are Israelites, blacks, so-called Hispanics, and so-called Native Americans in this world are more persecuted than Christian people? I'm talking about Christian people who hold to the faith
From the
for
time
the name of Christ.
from the time that Christ walked the earth 2,000 years ago until now, it has been us that were kicked out of Israel in 70 AD. It has been us that were kicked out even furthermore in the Bar Kokhba revolt in 135 AD. It has been us that had to. You say that we were part of the sub-Saharan. Well, let's just take your entertainment for entertainment's sake. It was us that suffered the sub-Saharan African slave trade. It was us that suffered
Wait,
the.
wait.
No, you
No,
said that. Let me keep going.
no, 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 no. I'm about to ask you because I want to make sure I'm not misrepresenting.
But let me finish my line of thought. It was us that
All
had
right,
to.
all right, go ahead.
It was us that had to suffer the transatlantic slave trade, and it was us that had to suffer 1492 with our South American indigenous brothers. It was us that had populate the prison system 80% today. It's us that get gunned down every 28 hours unarmed by the police today. And it's us that has systematic laws in place and constitutional laws in place to keep us oppressed, disenfranchised, and marginalized. So when you deal with a worldwide event, when you want to talk about it on a macro level as opposed to a micro level, you still got to show me 200 million Christians dying in one sitting. And let's not talk about the culmination in one sitting, and then them getting stripped from their identity and their language and nationality, and then brought from their homeland to another homeland so that they can go into slavery for 400 years. The floor is yours. Show me that and I'll bow out.
Well, first of all, you said earlier that you don't believe that the people who came to America via the transatlantic slave trade are Israelites. Am I correct, or did I mishear you?
I've been teaching the people came here on the transatlantic slave trade were Israelites since 2007 or 2008.
Okay, because earlier you said in your video that you believe that the people that came over here via the transatlantic slave trade were not your people, that they are just some
No,
African Hamites.
I never said that. I've been teaching the same thing since 2008.
All right, well, I'll go ahead and I'll pull it back up at a later time. And if I'm wrong, I'll recant my statement
Yeah.
and I'll say, well, hey, listen, you know what I'm saying? I misrepresented him, but that's what it sounded like I heard.
Okay.
Now,
So that's my
look,
question to you. Since you believe that the Christian as a religion has suffered more than who we believe to be ethnic Israel, can you show me, um, that 200 million man genocide that Christians had to suffer?
well, I just showed you that those numbers are irrelevant because it's saying by studies done
Yeah.
today,
Yeah.
while we got the
Today.
breath of life in us, black people, I mean, not black people, but, well, number one, black people are not the most hated group in the world. It's actually Christians. Christians are the most persecuted people on the planet, and I don't think you can get around that.
Where's that in the Bible?
What you mean? Where is it in the Bible that Christians are going to be hated for the names for the name of Christ?
Are you hated?
Yeah, for Christ's name.
Who hates you for Christ's name?
Some of your Israelite brothers and sisters.
So they hate you for Christ's name, or do they hate you for being a coon and hating your own people?
No, they hate me for representing Christ and His word correctly. That's what it is.
How do you represent Christ?
By teaching His word and giving people the gospel, not some old,
What did Christ say? What did Christ say the gospel was? What did Christ out of His mouth say the gospel was? And how are Christians? So basically, Black Hebrew Israelites hate you. That's how you're fulfilling Matthew 24:9.
Wait, what? Oh, hold on. Run that by me again.
Black Hebrew Israelites hate you.
Oh, you guys are a part of it. You guys are a part of the hate.
Okay, listen.
Yeah.
Okay, so Black Hebrew Israelites hate you. That's what it means by being hated by all nations.
No, you're not listening. You're not listening.
Prove that I hate you.
I didn't say that you hate me. I say your Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters. I had a dude commented on one of my videos one time. He said he knew he wished who I was because he'll run up on me and shoot me in the face.
So that's your persecution? Yeah. That's your persecution?
No, but the thing is, why would somebody want to say something like that?
Right. We want to know all nations, right? How does this nation hate you for being a Christian? This nation, government. How does this government, America, hate you for being a nation? I mean, a Christian, sorry.
Well, right now, us in America, we don't suffer as much persecution as our brothers and sisters who are abroad. So right now, we're living in a time to where the persecution isn't as great.
So you're living good. You're living good.
You living better than me. You probably got more money in your bank account than I do.
Tell Dunamis if he wants to click the link, he can come on here and get this work. So stop.
Now, hold on now, because Dunamis will line you up.
Yeah, well, Dunamis can get this work. I've been wanting to get on him. That's easy shit. But anyway, Alton,
hold on, man. You gotta watch your language, man.
Excuse me. Forgive me. So back to the conversation. When did Christians, a group of Christians, go into slavery?
Man, listen. I just want you to deal with the information that I brought out.
Yeah. That's what I'm asking you. I'm not saying that they didn't get persecuted. I'm saying it pales in comparison to our persecution. That's what I'm saying. So when did they get taken in 400 years of slavery? 1441 to 1865.
Listen, I just want you to deal with this. This says Christianity is the world's most persecuted religion, confirms new report. Do you agree with that? Yes or no?
Alton, I can't validate that to be a viable source, but I'll entertain you. I'm not saying, again, for the 1,000th time, I'm not saying that Christians may or may not suffer persecution. I'm saying it pales in comparison to the ethnic Israelite persecution and the curses of Deuteronomy. That's what I'm saying. So you tell me this, Alton, is the curses of Deuteronomy 28 worse, or is it worse, or is it better than the persecution that you believe Christians get? Yes or no?
Yeah, that's kind of a straw man question. Like I said, I want you to deal with this because this is what
I just spoke on it. I just spoke on it. What else do you want me to say? I said
Deacon,
there may be persecution among Christians, but it pales in comparison to the persecution, oppression of the Israelites.
All right, so source up. Show me a source that says that Israelites are more persecuted than Christian people in the world.
I just gave you history and sources that that we as a people who we believe to be Israelites, 12 million. Let's just take the cooked books. 12 million of us went to slavery. Yes or no?
It did, but I mean, but you still not dealing with the source.
Hold on, Alton. You agree. So do I need to bring a source, or do you agree? Because I can get a source. Do you agree 12 million of us went into slavery? Yes or no?
Yeah, but it has nothing to do with with what I'm bringing up.
So show me. Why do I need to be here if you guys ain't gonna be on? You know what, Berean, you're not here right now. But if you want to come on, I'll slap you with this Bible too. Alton, tell me.
Come on, man. Hey, listen, now hold on, man. You got to be respectful.
You guys are not gonna come on here and try to say millions of us didn't go into slavery. That's
I didn't say that.
okay. Well, he tried to say no. So they need to stop making comments if it's just me and you. Now,
It is.
okay. So
Listen, come on, now, hold on, Deacon. Now you know that your chat.
Alton, show me 12 million Christians going into slavery, losing their identity, and getting their nationality and language beat out of them. Go ahead, read
Bro, look, 5,600 Christians were murdered, right? 5,600 Christians were murdered last year. Where's 5,600 Israelites being murdered this within a year, huh?
When you deal with the police killings in America, Central America, and South America, the numbers add up probably more than that. I went to school, college, right? I went to college. Have you been to college before?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so I took a class with a world-renowned scholar, right? His name is James Stanley, and he actually travels around. And he does lectures as well. And just from the sources he gave me, he states every 28 hours, an unarmed man gets gunned down by a cop here in America. So if we add the statistics up with Central America and South America.
Black man or man, period?
Black man. With Central America and South America, then we're going to see those numbers excelling more than the article you have. So what's worse? Alton? What's worse? Let's just be real here. 12 million of us going into slavery? For Berean's sake, the old coon, let's just say half of them, 6 million. Let's say 6 million.
You got to be respectful, man.
Let's say 6 million went into slavery, since Berean wants to say that 12 million wasn't us. Let's just say 6 million. Can you show me 6 million Christians going into slavery? Oh, he's stuck.
You got, huh?
He's stuck. You're just stuck.
No, I'm not stuck. I'm telling you, listen, my argument is that Christianity is the world's most persecuted religion. Anybody who bears the name of Christ is the most persecuted person on the planet. You telling me that I'm wrong, and I'm asking you to source up. I got a source right here saying that. It's even saying that 360 million Christians last year lived in Christ.
You keep on repeating yourself and being redundant, but you agreed with me. You agreed with me.
The reason why
you can have
hold on a second, man.
Walton, if your argument is, are you guys the most persecuted religion? You can have that. That's not my argument. My argument is, who is the most persecuted ethnic group? It's the Israelites.
Yeah, but the thing is, you did a whole live stream misrepresenting me, and that's what I'm pointing out. This right here, what I got pulled up, this was the crux of my argument. But you turned around and did a whole live stream saying that basically just misrepresent me, saying that I'm just this bootlicking cool Christian because I'm saying that Christians are persecuted more than black people on the planet.
Yeah.
On the GD planet. That's what you said.
Yeah, but are most Christians black? Yes or no?
Now, according to your guys' standard of melanated people are black, yes.
So how are you gonna say most Christians are more persecuted than black, but you'll say blacks are most Christians? So that
no. They're not being persecuted because they're black. They're being persecuted because they bear the name of Christ, which is my whole argument.
Okay, I got a question too. I got a question as well. You said
Go ahead.
You said that there's no scholarly source to prove that black people get racially profiled.
Bro, that's not what I'm saying. Okay, I'm gonna highlight this, man. I want you to deal with that. Yes or no? Change my mind.
Alton, you cannot be this slow. I just told you Christians get persecuted, but not as
not as much. Not as what? Go ahead. Not as what?
I'm gonna say it for the 50th time because you're slow as hell. Christians may get persecuted, but Hebrew Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, collectively are persecuted more, collectively and over time. I'm not changing that. Period. That's why I said, show me the genocide, show me the slavery, show me the 400-year slavery, show me the systemic racism and oppression towards the Christian. Period.
Deacon, do you disagree that Christianity is the world's most persecuted religion? Yes or no? Change my mind on that if you disagree.
Christianity might be the world's most persecuted religion.
Yes or no? That's all I'm asking is yes or no.
I can't say yes or no because I don't know how valid your source is. That's why I'm saying it might be the most persecuted religion, but it is not persecuted more than the Hebrew Israelites as a nation and ethnic group of people, period.
Right. So why would you turn around and make a whole video about me that you just did maybe about a couple of hours ago, slandering me and calling me all types of names if you're not sure that what I said and my argument that I'm bringing out tonight, you're not sure that is correct or not. So why would you do that?
I'm, I don't know if you're mentally challenged or intellectually incompetent,
I
but
am. And, I say this all my live streams. I'm slow.
I know
I'm
you
slow.
are.
So that,
When I
you
first
gotta.
came on here, when I first came on here, did I or did I not tell you? You said Deuteronomy 28 and 37 and Amos 1 and 11 was about Christians because that's what Bruce brought up. That's why I did a whole video on you. I didn't do a video on you because you brought up this article. I did a video on you because when Bruce said Proverbs and bywords were talking about Israelites and Amos 1:11, the perpetual hatred, we're talking about Israelites, you said, no, that's talking about Christians. That's why I did a video on you.
All right. So okay. So we passed that. So it seems like from what I'm hearing is that Deacon Sakari right now, you guys, he kind of agrees with me that this statement is true,
Yeah,
right? Christianity is the world's most persecuted religion. So therefore, this goes back to the scripture. Let me see if I can go ahead and pull it up. So when Jesus said that you'll be hated by all nations for my name's sake in Matthew 24 and 14, Matthew 24, that's fulfilling Bible prophecy. That's Jesus did say that we were going to be persecuted for his name's sake by all nations.
yeah, but you're
We
not.
see that.
Well, I disagree with you correlating that article with Matthew 24 for one, because this nation does not hate Christianity. This is a so-called Christian nation. How can it?
World,
Hold on,
world,
hold
world.
on, hold on. No, it said all nations. So I'm gonna ask you a question. Are there some Christian nations? Yes or no?
There are some nations. Well, for the sake of argument, yes.
Okay, so there's Christian nations. So if you're in a Christian nation, how are you hated by that nation?
Yeah, because when we speak on the Bible, when we speak against LGBTQ propaganda, we speak against transgenderism
That was
for
that's
young
exactly,
children and stuff like that, huh?
look at how crazy that. So a nation that promotes LGBTQT is still a Christian nation. That's not a Christian nation.
That's what they profess to be.
No, I mean an actual Christian nation. Is there an actual Christian nation? You said yes. So
Wait,
how,
wait, wait. Okay,
if
okay, so
actual
hold on.
Christian nation, if there's an actual Christian nation, and you're in that nation, and you're a Christian, how is that nation hating you? Get some help, text vocab, whatever you got to do. Somebody pass
No,
them.
no, 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 no. I was bringing up a scripture, but but here's the thing. You
No,
trying to use straw man arguments,
the
huh?
system made a good point. The system made a good point. First of all, you have 2.2 billion Christians.
All right, go ahead.
Now, if you have 2.2 billion Christians, and we're talking about um, however many there may be because the Israelites are like the sand of the sea. Excuse me. So there may be even as many Israelites as the so-called Christian religion. So even if you deal with it from that angle or that aspect, the persecution pales in comparison. Would you say, Alton, that we as so-called Black people, right? I won't even talk about the indigenous or the Latino community. Would you say we as Black people are persecuted for our race?
Can you give me an example of that?
that us being hated for our race, they took us into slavery because they said we were inferior, we weren't even human, so they dehumanized us. That
Right.
was that was one of their justifications for trying to put us in slavery or putting
So
us
are
in.
you saying? So are you saying that nobody else went into slavery?
No,
That
that's not.
only black people, because of their dark skin, went into slavery?
No, it's a fact.
All right.
German scientists try to justify the slave trade due to the color of our skin and our so-called race.
So those same German scientists, what color were the people that they were persecuting during the Holocaust? Were those white European folks, or were they,
That's not my
black?
question. That's not my question. I'm asking you about me and you,
Yeah,
our
because you're digging a
people.
hole right now.
Me and you, our people. Did they not justify slavery by saying we are black and inferior? Yes or no?
But that doesn't mean that they're the most persecuted. That doesn't make black people the most persecuted
That,
people on the
that's
planet.
not my question. And why are you so scared to say that we as a people have racism committed on us by
Never said that. Listen,
just
listen.
answer yes or no? Do we as a people look at this imaginary persecution? So was our slavery imaginary?
Come on, man. Let's stay on code. Um,
Oh, so
listen. Here's the thing about me.
Tony Tibb is. You know what? Let's talk about a couple more things before I get at it. Thank you. At least the sister said that systemic racism is real. So according to the Constitution, slavery is legal.
Honestly, hold on. Honestly, come on.
Wait, wait. Systemic racism is not real.
She honestly about to be an Israelite. She
No.
about to be an Israelite. No, I'm just messing. I'm just playing. But no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Is systemic racism real?
Not in America. It was at one point, but not today.
There's no constitutional laws or legislation in place that furthers our oppression.
Show me.
Is
Show me
slavery,
right now.
is
Show me
slavery,
right now where a black man can't do. Go ahead.
is slavery still legal in America?
What you gonna talk about? What is that? The 13th Amendment?
I'm asking you a question. Is slavery still legal in America? Yes or no?
All right, Sakari SGT. See you later.
Is slavery
You
still
said
legal? Is slavery still legal in America? Yes or no?
not chattel slavery, not like the transatlantic slave trade.
I didn't say chattel. Is slavery still legal in America? Yes or no?
Define slavery.
Slavery by definition. Let's look it up. Let's look up slavery by definition. And
If you need me to show your screen, I'll do that.
the state of being a slave.
Oh, it's a lot of mental slavery going on right now. Now, I agree with that. I rise with that.
But the 13th Amendment is talking about a physical slavery.
Yeah, go ahead and pull that 13th Amendment up.
The 13th Amendment says slavery is still legal in case of a crime. And so what did they do? They created the Jim Crow laws.
Now, hold on. Are you saying that that's synonymous to black people? Are you saying that that's only for black people?
It's not only for black people, but it was created for
Thank
black
you.
people. Let me explain. Was it created for black people? Was it created for black people? Yes or no?
Listen, man, you died by 1,000 cuts, man. Because I mean, you just slicing yourself enough.
Answer the question, because I'm download this and this gonna go crazy viral. I might send this to Sarnetta. It's Berean's pet. Now, answer the question. Did they create the 13th Amendment? Oh boy, them conscious community, they're gonna go in on you Christians. Due to the 13th Amendment, was it created for black people? Yes or no?
Give me the history and source up and show me that it was created for black people only, and that it's still in application today for black people.
Who was it created for?
The 13th Amendment is created for everyone. It applies to everybody.
No, who was it created for?
Come on, Deacon, man. Come on and pull the source up.
I'm asking you a question. Who was it created for?
Bro, you said that systemic racism is alive and well today, and then you named the 13th Amendment. So come on, man.
I just want you guys to know, all these black people on here. I want you guys to know that this man just said systemic racism is not in America. He just said that. So
Not today.
Okay,
It's not.
Okay, cool. Got you. Let's read this. Why was the 13th why was the 13th Amendment created? By the
Is that you right there?
Yeah, nationalgeographic.org. Lincoln and other leaders realized amending the Constitution was the only way to officially end slavery. Why? Because they did not want to give up their slaves. They changed it from privatized slavery to basically federal slavery. Who owned the prison systems? The government. So the 13th Amendment forever abolished slavery as an institution in all U.S. state territories. In addition, banning slavery, the amendment was allowed to practice involuntary servitude and peonage, which is slavery. Let me keep going. Hold on. Which is servitude occurs when a person ordered to pay debts. The 13th Amendment seems involuntary servitude person unless the person is convicted of a crime and the person is drafted to serve in the military. So when they passed this law, they did it because they did not want to free black people. It was created for the black people. Now, does it apply to everybody? Yes. But why does it just so happen that 80% of the prison population are who we say are Israelites, so-called Black and Latino men? Can you explain that to me? Why?
I guess this is
hold on, real quick. Explain that.
Go ahead.
No, explain that to me. Go ahead. Then I got another question.
Yeah, I guess it's because there's a conspiracy against the black man to put all black men in prison.
Okay, and that's
so therefore they just snatch a black man up and throwing them in prison because they want all black men in prison.
Exactly. So, because why is there 80% of us in there?
Yeah, because we ain't finna sit back and play no games like blacks ain't running around the community and terrorizing folk. Come on, man. We ain't finna play that game.
How many?
Nah, we not finna go there.
How many